Hello YouTube, hello Facebook, hello the world overall. My name is Gavin, and Kevin James Loibl killed Christina Grimmie because she was an outspoken Christian. Completely stupid. As I talk about this, I can't even fathom the madness a person has to attain to kill another out of religious outrage. Why must people fight over religion? What is it about preaching one's faith that ticks everyone off so much? Why did Kevin kill Christina? She, who only wanted to do nothing more than sing because she loved it. What about her Christian faith drove Kevin to this choice? Let me be clear. I'm Catholic, and a few of my friends are Muslim. But by no chance am I going to get raging because they practice their faith if they so choose. I remember a time at VVC where everyone was pissed the fuck off that Mormons were practicing their faith in the Student Activity Center. That they had the audacity to reach out to their version of God, because, let's face it, every faith's deity is one of 500 shades of God. There's no reasoning your way around it. But Kevin went the way of Mark David Chapman, growing obsessed by his negative outlook on Christina, simply practicing and speaking openly about her faith on her website. Something that she herself made and invested her time in. Are we really at this point where all hell just breaks loose again and again? Kevin James Loibl killed himself after taking her life. And the thing that bugs me along with that is there was a woman right behind him who had the chance to talk him down, to distract him, to have potentially saved Christina's life. And she didn't talk to him because he seemed a little bit creepy, like he wanted to be alone. Really? No shit. Well, at least now we know. What has this world come to where everyone is afraid? Everyone is scared to be the hero. Getting to the core of this. What Kevin did was simply murder a woman based only on his outrage of her practicing beliefs. His ranting, raving lunacy, coupled with his nervousness, meant he knew what he was doing wrong, and there was some chance of this whole tragedy not even having to be a thing, simply because the woman behind him tapped him on the shoulder and said, "Hey, what's going on?" A simple action could have saved a life that night. Christina's brothers tackled him to the ground, according to news sources, and maybe they could have gotten the gun out of his hands in time, so that way he could have stood trial. Maybe not. I talk about this as a way to get all the directions down. The victim, the killer, the family members, the nearby witness that could have taken action but chose not to. Call it what you will. Safety, cowardice, self-preservation, instinct, women's intuition. It's very vexing to me. This situation is very confusing to me. Very confusing. I'm still in shock. There's this need in my head to get all the viewpoints, that all the various angles of the situation. How this could have been avoided. And there's this need to get all the viewpoints from those at the epicenter. What happened at the concert? The thought that's flown through my head repeatedly like a record skipping is that Destiny Rivera had the chance to act, but she didn't. Why? Why didn't she act? Why didn't she act? This thought must be floating through friends, family, fans, fellow YouTubers, bandmates, and potential interviewers' heads. Why didn't you act? What stopped you? Her brothers, God fucking damn it. Her brothers must be furious, grief, shock. I can't even bring myself to even fathom a fucking guess. And here's the thing. We can't even blame Destiny. We can't blame her. As much as it makes sense, because the situation needs a scapegoat. Someone to pin the blame on. Anyone. But the only scapegoat that we want to pin on, the only one that actually makes sense, took his own life. Kevin James Loibl. For whatever anger, for whatever madness, for whatever fever dream caused him to do this. He just set a new example of why gun control laws need to be stricter. Or even take the firearms away entirely. Hell, a judge stated pretty fucking clearly that no longer is simply having the drive alone to remain safe enough. That people need to provide additional documentation in order for them to get their hands on firearms. I've written many vlogs about this whole thing, and the fact that VidCon is coming up with many famous YouTubers going there, and they know that this year is going to have the grim reminder of Christina Grimmie's death for a very stupid fucking reason. Because there was a man on the internet that decided that his viewpoint on someone else's practicing of their religion was so important that he needed to go over to that person and kill them in cold blood. And now his blood's cold as well. The organizers are reviewing new procedures to protect the guests. And the one thought that's screaming out at me, the one thought that's cycling through over and over and over again, is that this stupid bullshit deaths always happen in threes. We lost Muhammad Ali last week, natural causes. We lost Christina this week, murder. Who the fuck is next? No one. I hope to God, absolutely no one. I'm still processing this, still wading my way through all the different thoughts, all the different angles. processing the anger and the simple-minded hatred of this man who ultimately killed himself following practically every single murder, suicide, mass murder, dumbass to think that they could run the dice and live or be famous. Only thing they get is a self-inflicted bullet to the head. And I can't think of anything else to even add to this. To end this right. To end this on the right note. There really isn't any. We have the 4 stations. We have the woman who loved. We have the man who hated. We have the stranger who failed to act. And now, sadly and unfortunately, we have the family who is in mourning. Why? Why do we have to endure these things? Is this a test of our own faiths, whatever they may be? Is this a sign of things to come? I mean, the spring is tightening once again. And once again, it will release. It's gonna release. Who's gonna be in its way this time?